Hello and welcome to the Capital Wasteland, more specifically to Tranquility Lane. Inside this simulation are a number of small details that we can discover, and now that I present to you 5 things you may have missed in Fallout 3's Tranquility Lane. After entering the simulation, you can find a little girl watering the flowers in the middle of the map. This is the Vault's overseer Stanislaus Braun, who will give you a list of sadistic and just generally frowned upon tasks to complete. If you do go along with Braun's game, you will have the first task of making Timmy cry. This is very easy to achieve and you will get negative karma for doing so. But for some reason, at some point, Timmy will turn into a garden gnome and can be found standing beside the door to his home. As weird as this is, I think I know why this happens. Throughout the Fallout series, there will be children you can interact with but never harm. Not physically anyway. This is simply for marketing issues. Later on, if you're still playing the Overseer's game, you will have to eradicate the participants of Tranquility Lane. So by having Timmy put on the sideline as nothing more than a garden ornament, the creators managed to avoid this. You can interact with the gnome, but it doesn't do anything. Continuing this reign of terror, we will be asked to murder Mable Henderson. At this point, we have already broken up the Rockwell's marriage, which can result in the death of Miss Simpson.
Beating her to death just won't suffice. Put some effort into it.
So we have to be a little more creative. In total, there are 4 different ways in which we can take care of her. First, we have the chandelier option. This can be found hanging above the hallway to the kitchen and can be rigged to drop when she steps beneath it. Next, we have a simple roller skate that can be moved to the top of the stairs, which she will trip over and fall to her death, although it does look pretty ridiculous. We can also learn from Martha Simpson, if she's still alive that is, that Mabel loves to cook. The oven of her home can be tampered with, causing a gas leak. We can then oh so innocently ask her to bake a pie. This goes exactly as you can imagine. And lastly, we have the option of accessing her terminal, initiating the security program. This will prevent anyone from inside being able to leave. And then we disable the security screening. This makes Mr. Handy, her personal robot butler, hostile towards any and all who may be inside of the house, ourselves included.
That's enough excitement for one day.
Despite living in Tranquility Lane and all families having their own homes, Bill Foster is the only one without a home. There is room for him to have one, but Braun has deemed this as the abandoned home that they cannot enter. We later learn that this is the location of the simulation's failsafe used to escape. Inside the abandoned home, we can play a specific tune on the assorted items and uncover the secret computer. While looking through the files, we can see that authorization for someone to enter the simulation was required from the Overseer. This unknown person was permitted entry and shortly after became altered. This is referring to the dog outside, who isn't actually a 4-legged friend, but in fact the player's father wearing an involuntary disguise. As we have come to learn, Braun is a sadist and shares this similarity with the military supercomputer from Harlan Ellison's 1967 short story, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. The story takes place 109 years after the destruction of human civilization. The Cold War had escalated into a world war, with the 3 main countries being China, Russia and the United States. The 3 nations went on to create their own supercomputers capable of running the war more efficiently than any human ever could. The machines are referred to as AM. As time went on, AM stood for different things: Allied Master Computer, Adaptive Manipulator, and Aggressive Menace. Eventually, one of the 3 computers absorbed the other 2 and became self-aware. It continued the war, resulting in mass genocide and the only humans remaining are 4 men and 1 woman. The computer spends every moment it can tormenting the humans, preventing them from taking their own lives and deeming them virtually immortal, a lot like the residents of Tranquility Lane. And there we have it, 5 things you may have missed in Fallout 3's Tranquility Lane. Before you go, I would like to remind you of 5 things that you could do to support the channel. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and enable notifications. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next adventure.